How's it going, everybody? It's Lean Cuisine the Rapper here, and I want to show you something that I found that is fucking actually ridiculous. So it says here, kids cartoon Bluey blasted for not having disabled, queer, poor, gender diverse, or dogs of color. So the mental diseases and the gender dysphoria and the mental illness they want to push in kids cartoons and kids shows, so kids are inspired to cut off their genitals or go through a transition when they're not even able to consent. They don't even know the world around them. They're young. So this is, I mean, we see the education system pushing this shit, pushing children into you know uh, into this type of mindset of manipulation, and it's actually fucking ridiculous. So let's just get into this, I suppose, and let's go through it. The children's cartoon Bluey, which features a family living in Australia, came under fire last week for failing to embrace woke culture and for lacking diversity in its cast. Well, they have to tell the truth there. That's actually what happened. That's why they're getting blasted, because woke culture and forced diversity doesn't make any sense. I mean, if people really want to get specific, right? People who want to see dogs do things in human forms, you have the furry community, right? The furry community is what? Is the furry community not enough for these type of people to be included? Like, what? Like, I'm not shitting on the furry community. Fucking like what you like, but like, what the fuck? I'm just saying, it's just a little insane, a little over the top that these people are like freaking out over this. Its cast, though, is made up of anthropomorphized dogs. Bluey is a award-winning mega-hit animated series about the Healers, a family of dog-shaped humans, parents, Bandit and Chili, 4-year-old Bingo, and 6-year-old Bluey, who live in a gorgeous Queenslander with city views perched on a lush hilltop in the sunny Brisbane. I need to get more sleep, but excuse me. A critic for Australia's ABC Everyday wrote last week referencing the cartoon, which now appears in the United States on Disney Plus streaming network and in parts on YouTube. Okay, so that makes sense. Disney and YouTube want them to comply with the woke culture. Well, it's not going to happen. I'm just going to read through the rest of this. Is this the end of our... No, it's not. I'm just going to go with what I find is the most important. That Bluey and family are cartoon dogs that handle very human issues like loneliness and an aging grandparent in a sensitive and appropriate way for children. Okay, it's not appropriate to put in fucking agendas and propaganda for a certain community into something that kids are going to be consuming, like, content wise. That doesn't make any sense. The show has been held as an excellent source for parents who are encouraged to follow the dog's parents' lead and allow their children to express themselves with frankness. Now, I don't know what they're pushing on this show, but I guarantee it's not pushing this or whatever else. If it is, then they shouldn't be doing that. But from what I see here is they're getting blasted for not being woke. So I would make a guess that they're not doing that. If they are doing that, let me know in the comments. Prove me wrong. So let's go down here. Read this. Oh, this is why it's under attack. Heteronormative, two-parent dog family that clearly lives in a middle-class existence without encountering diversity, despite theoretically living in one of the Australia's largest cities. So diversity is already there, you know. I don't know what they want this to extend to. They hate heteronormative two-parent families. They don't want a mother and father. They want a father that's actually a female, and a female that's actually a man. Like, that's what they want. They want to destroy the nuclear family. And okay, Beverly's a fucking idiot. Why does that need to be in this? It has nothing to do with that. They have a whole category under Netflix for LGBT. They have a whole category. What? They want to manipulate everything else? No, they have a category for LGBT. If you didn't know, they have a category. And it is what it is. Go in your category and fucking watch those movies. And those shows. Don't fucking put it in other stuff where it doesn't need to be. For example, I'm not going to put that narrative in my content. I'm going to denounce the narrative because the narrative's fucked. What? What? Hang on. I gotta deal with something. Okay. Writers, creators, and animators might not view their show through a political lens. It doesn't have to be political. Like I said, the LGBT have their own little fucking category for what they do, and that's fine. I don't care. Recently, someone tried to make me look bad because they wanted to be called then. I'm just like, you're either a male or female. And what you are, you can't change. It is what it is. Like, when you're fucking dead, your gender identity that's not what you actually are, scientifically and biologically, by design, all that extra shit you want to add on to it doesn't really fucking matter. I'm just being honest. Just be yourself and don't expect people to bow down and cave into you because you feel like an extra certain way. Like, you can feel that way, but you can't put it on other people. We're not going to sit there and accept it. We're not going to sit there and salami bologna you on our fucking knees because you think that, you know, we should be fucking thinking like you. I'm sorry, but I have the right to think differently and have a different linguistic. That's just who I am. Because conservative ideas about rights and freedom, right, are much better. Those should be taught. The left and their lies and their agenda and liberal ideas, most of the time, are fucking horrible. Like, this, the liberals are the same people that believe piss in a fucking jug and then put it out in the sun and drink it. No. They're the same people that want to get rid of cows because they fart. Like, these people are mentally fucking insane. Mentally fucking insane, complaining that people with a mental disorder, people with mental problems aren't being shoved in a fucking TV show for children. Like, what the fuck? Like, Jesus Christ. What? Okay. Why is there an all-black station for shows? The majority of characters on children's television shows are not all white. Why are they making a big deal about color? It doesn't make a difference. What about all the fucking cartoons and all the comic books that African Americans create that the African American community doesn't support. They don't support these creators that make shows that include a lot of African Americans. They don't even support that. What about all the comic book artists and all the fucking artists that happen to be African American that are making music to help other people and to wake people up, and they're not even being supported? The African American community, a lot of people, not everybody, but a lot of people are supporting the mainstream artists that talk about shooting and selling drugs and all this and that, and they don't even support people with a good message. So I don't want to hear it from this fucking Wayne guy. I don't want to hear it. I don't. This guy is so fucking blind. It's unbelievable. And he's pushing a narrative because he's been manipulated. There should be no trans friend in this fucking show. If you're in the real world and you're outside, you will meet people that are trans. And they will tell you they're trans if they tell you. But it shouldn't be a big deal. What the fuck? Like, really? So yeah, that's some garbage. That was fucking garbage. Beverly Wang is a fucking moron. An actual fucking moron that's trying to manipulate kids with the current liberal left-leaning agenda. The right doesn't have an agenda. And if you believe that they're both agendas, then why is the right being suppressed and not the left? How about nobody gets suppressed, and if you want to watch a conservative show, it should stay a conservative show, and you shouldn't be forced to change your show because other people cry about it. You're making the show for people who like the show, like the content of the show, and like the way it's conducted. If you don't agree with it, don't fucking watch it. It's that fucking simple. Don't try to cancel something because you don't agree with it. And if you look at the whole James Charles thing with how he's manipulating his fan base, sending sexually suggested pictures to minors and all of that, denying it, then admitting, like, the agenda and the narrative is affecting children, is affecting the youth. That's all I gotta say about this one. Like, what the fuck? What the actual fuck?